Well, so much for a weekend ceasefire. The Wall Street Journal has dropped a bomb on Donald Trump. Again. I'm David Reddish. Welcome back to Occupy Democrats. The Wall Street Journal, paragon of conservatism and economic health, has broken with tradition since Donald Trump returned to office on January 20th. You may recall that within 24 hours of Trump's return to the White House, not to mention his pardoning of January 6th insurrectionists, the Wall Street Journal editorial board broke with tradition, something ever common in the Trump era. In a January 21st opinion essay, the Wall Street Journal editorial board blasted Trump for his pardoning of violent January 6th insurrectionists, singling out the crimes of 10 or so of the prisoners in question. Their offenses ranged from tasing Capitol Police, attacking police with chemical weapons, and beating officers. One offender actually brought a hockey stick adorned with the Trump flag and proceeded to wield it like an axe. Now the board is even more angry with Trump, but this time for very different reasons. Amid a week that saw Donald Trump blame DEI for a tragic plane crash, make offensive jokes about the wreckage site, create mass chaos by trying to freeze grant money, and illegally firing scores of government employees, the Wall Street Journal editorial team has yet another dereliction of duty in mind. And no, it's not because Trump went golfing in Florida after launching an attack on Somali soil, or because he ignored another civilian plane crash in Philadelphia. No, the ever-frugal editorial board has blasted Trump for yet another ludicrous policy, this one for imposing 25% tariffs on goods from Canada and Mexico. The piece in question dubs Trump's tariffs the dumbest trade war in American history. It goes on to pummel the commander-in-chief for border fees that make no sense at all. Mexico and Canada, the piece notes, are two of the United States' closest allies. To offer a bit more perspective, Trump imposed a 10% tariff on goods from China. Even the most apolitical person knows that China is the U.S. biggest rival when it comes to exports and trade. The piece revives an old joke. It's risky to be America's enemy, but it can be fatal to be its friend. These are the times in which we live. The essay notes that Trump's justification for the tariffs is the flow of illegal drugs, namely the opioid fentanyl, into the United States. The essay further notes that Trump's logic is beyond flawed. Most of those drugs don't come into the country through Canada, and even those that come through Mexico don't come through official channels. That makes imposing fees on legal goods make even less sense. These are products Americans depend on. Adding tariffs does nothing to punish Canada or Mexico, it just increases prices paid by everyday Americans for everyday goods. The essay notes that the tariffs are most likely to affect automobile parts, since more than half of those come through Mexico or Canada. Produce and other farm goods will also rise in price. Establishing these tariffs also opens up the United States to retaliation from Mexico and Canada. In 2009, for example, Mexico slapped a 90% tariff on California wines, soy products from the Midwest, and produce from the Pacific Northwest. This was in response to a modest tariff established and later scrapped by the Obama administration. In other words, Americans, warns the Wall Street Journal, should brace for some major price hikes and some major losses in export revenue. It would be easy to dismiss these tariffs as Trump just wanting to wield power for power's sake. They also could be explained away as a general stupidity of Donald Trump, and I wouldn't rule either out in this case. But part of me wonders if this is purposely designed to hurt the American people. Trump and his current brain, Elon Musk, have previously adopted policies and stances that seem designed to hurt everyday Americans. I'm reminded of this clip of Musk's interview with Bill Maher. Check this out. This is from a year ago.
I think you're right about almost everything. I mean, let's have more babies and raise them on Mars. I don't get that, but okay.
Well, I just think we should be cautious about civilizational decline and we have plummeting birth rates most places, yeah.
Right, and also plummeting resources. I mean,
resources will be fine.
But they're not fine.
And I know a lot about
They're not fine now.
No, look, I'm not suggesting complacency. We do want to move to a sustainable energy economy as quickly as possible, but we're not in any danger of resource collapse.
But lots of people don't have enough food or water. Water, we will run out of water. They're running out of sand.
No, Earth is 70% water by surface area.
But you can't drink that.
But desalination is absurdly cheap.
Why don't we do it then?
We do it. It is done.
You have a lot of free time.
It is done. There is a lot of desalination done.
Okay,
there's plenty of water. This is not an issue. I want to be clear.
All right.
Now, scientists, real scientists, not super wealthy men like Elon Musk who want to steal credit from real innovators and paint themselves as some kind of genius. Real scientists have warned for the better part of a century that Earth's resources are in rapid decline. Everything from fossil fuels to drinkable water, healthy food, and livable climate. Climate change is also hastening this ecological and resource decline, as is overpopulation. Also, as we saw in the California wildfires, having enough water on the planet does no good for areas that cannot access it. So why would Elon Musk or Donald Trump push the need for population growth and the lie that we have unlimited resources? Because it makes them richer. Scarcity, as we all know, breeds higher prices, just like these new tariffs. The people who benefit from scarcity are those that control or own resources or industry. In other words, kleptocrat grifters like Elon Musk and Donald Trump. Those that own land. Those that sell crop survival technology. The Wall Street Journal, with its commitment to wealth accrual, might not have the cojones to call that out, but that doesn't mean we can't. This is just further evidence that Trump and Musk want to steal as much as they can from the American people. That means stealing our hard-earned wealth and stealing our democracy. All in the name of their own vanity. All in the name of their own pocketbooks. This is Occupy Democrats.